What's up, everybody? Oh. New setting today. They decided to do some lawn work where I normally do my setup. So we've decided to move it away from the maddening crowd. I mean, what's up, Keith? Bring you on, brother.
Hey, can you hear me
Mr.
okay?
Paluso. Yeah. It's a little...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm noticing a bit more delay than average, and I'm noticing a little bit of like a digitized thing going on.
I've got the same with you. Let me see if I can quit some stuff.
Yeah, I can hear a computer working between my audio and your audio.
I see. Can you hear sometimes is it any better now?
No.
Oh.
Your guitar sounds sick. Your guitar sounds like absolutely perfect and no noise, but I hear like a white noise in your voice audio that's gonna bug me, especially when you're singing.
Is it still doing it?
Tori, what do you hear? You hear it? It's like a little. It's very slight, but it's. I'm hearing it.
Huh. Are you still hearing it? If I change something. What about now?
Better.
Okay.
Is that compression?
That's weird. No, for some reason I had phantom power turned on my interface here, but I wouldn't need it.
Going on. I can't quite figure out what it is. Anyway, I mean, you sound fine. I'm just going to be really picky because your music is so great and your voice is so great that, like, I don't want it to sound 9.8 out of 10. I'm not bullshitting you, man. Like, I really want the audio to be as good as possible because for some people, let's see who's in here at the moment, but like for some people, if this is the first time, now, how does it look right now? Can you see the E? Say one more thing, brother. Say one more thing. More. Say some more stuff.
Oh, you want me to keep talking? Okay. You know.
Yeah, just talk.
People ask you to talk on the spot, and you can't think of anything to talk about when you're asked to talk on the spot. It's very strange.
So it's still probably the audio is probably just fine, but I would like for it to be better. So we'll just keep that as a bug in my ear for moving forward. But cool, man. So I would like to just if you want to pop on a song quickly and just kind of let people know what you're about musically, and then we can start like an hour of music. You want to just hop into something?
Yeah, I mean, I can. I'll do. I can do. Oh, Ray's in here. Hey, what's up, dude? I can do a cover real quick if you want.
Whatever you're feeling,
I play it
dude.
all the time because I'm listening on tour.
Go for it. What's up, Ray?
I'm normally on tour with I'm normally on tour with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and I totally miss doing this song. But this is a P&T tune. I really like that. I like Donny Hathaway's and Amy Winehouse's version better than the Blood, Sweat, and Tears version, so I just rip off of that. But this is I Love You More Than You'll Ever Know.
Yeah. Dope.
I told you so. If I ever hurt you, babe, you know I hurt myself as well. But is that any way for a think he wants his little loved one gone. No, I love you more than you'll ever know. I love you more than you'll ever know. When I wasn't making much money, you know where my paycheck went. You know I brought it home to baby, and I never spent a red cent. But is there any way for a man to carry on? You think he wants his little loved one gone? No, I love you more than you'll ever know. I'm not trying to be just any kind of man. I'm just trying to be somebody you can love, trust, and understand. I know that I can be part of you that no one else can see. Yeah, I just gotta hear you say, got to hear you say, it's alright. Oh, I'm only flesh and blood. Thanks, Blues fan. Thanks, Tori. I can be anything you demand, yeah. I can be king of everything, or one tiny little grain of sand. Oh, is there any way for a man to carry on? Do you think I want my loved one gone? Oh, I love you more than you'll ever know. I love you. I love you. I love you more than you'll ever know.
Thanks, Ray Ray. Thanks, Blues fan. That's not mine. That's a BS&T tune. I didn't write that one, but I do miss doing it on tour.
Yeah, man. When was the last time you were on stage?
Oh my God, we did. We were actually the very first night of was going to be a pretty solid beginning of the summer run. Was March 14th in New Hampshire.
Wow.
I'm from just north of Memphis, Tennessee, and so we were in New Hampshire, and then like pandemic stuff really like got real, and played the first night. We didn't know if we were going to play that night, and the Flying Monkey Performance Center in New Hampshire, and they're super great people, but they were like, guys, we're going to try to let you play the show, and but after this we're going to be closed for I don't know if this place is even going to be open whenever we're back touring, you know. So we all we played the show, and then we had to drive. Nobody could get a flight anywhere, so we ended up driving all the way to Boston to get so that I could get a flight home. And Boston Airport was, I've been in there a dozen times. It's like wall to wall humans, but there was nobody there. It was crazy. But yeah,
it's like from one day to the next. It was like how many dates did you have lined up for the summer that you were about to hit?
Oh God, yeah. Our whole we were supposed to do a whole month in China this year.
Wow, that would not have been a good idea, man. Oh.
No, but it would have been nice, you know.
Yuma, I'm so glad you're here, man. You probably have a bunch of your crew that's going to be popping on just because maybe they know that you're on at the moment. I'm really excited to introduce some of our kind of. What's that?
Oh, Ray's. I think Ray's. He went to talk to our WeCreateNow folks in their Discord server. they're kind of
Right
spread
on.
out.
Thank
I
you,
know
Ray.
today was kind of slow because I know Lauren has Lauren's in, she's got something she's doing today and looking right now too.
Yeah.
So we will see.
But I appreciate you. Yeah. Yuma, you didn't even recognize me with the glasses. I'm in a different room and whole look and feel is different, but we got yard work going on out there. So I'm like, oh man, we got to have music. We got to have the music first and foremost.
Yeah.
So you know, your journey's been so unusual because like you were, you know, you kind of transitioned back into music after being out of it for a little bit. What were you doing like before you got back into music, and how did that sort of move you back into the musical space, and then how did that sort of bring you back into doing stuff with YouNow and sort of kind of exploring this platform a little bit?
Yeah, it's really all this kind of happened in the past, like it's been about 2 years.
Okay.
I grew up playing. I live in my hometown now where I grew up, but that seems kind of weird to me still now. But like, I grew up just north of Memphis with my brother, and we played music when we were kids. He's a music teacher around here, and when we went to college, I've always been into the outdoors, and so when we went to college, I majored in biology, and my brother majored in music. And just when classes started really getting busy, I put music away to focus on making good grades. And what's up, WeCreateNow crew? Hey, Davina. Then right after college, I became a Tennessee State Park Ranger and was out in the middle of nowhere and was very, very focused on my career. So I stopped playing music almost altogether, other than like, you know, the odd campfire or whatever. I was just I am one of those people that like when I start to do something, I go 100 miles an hour until I explode or until until I hit a wall. And so I did that with my career as a park ranger and was so busy. In like probably 6 or 7 years. Yeah, right. What's up, John Wayne? 6 or 7 years down the line, I was extremely burnt out. I was working at a park as a park ranger, like your people you work with are your family. You know, everybody else works like nobody else works the weird hours you do and all that stuff, and you don't have phone signal, so you're just around the people that you work with all the time. And so, right. So not to say anything bad about them, but I was at a park that's super busy, like 750,000 people a year visit that place, and I was also on the statewide David Crockett State Park. I changed from it's South Middle Tennessee. It's about an hour and a half south of Nashville, right on the Alabama line. Super busy place, and but I was also on our critical incident team. So any kind of any fatalities or anything that happens that's crazy that's in like backcountry, as like I was on call 24/7 for that. So it's super
sounds
busy.
Mildly
got
stressful.
Really burnt out.
Sounds pretty stressful.
Yeah. And we also lived on the park, and my wife and I lived on the park, and you have people knocking on your door at 2 a.m. or whatever, and it just
that's not cool.
Like very, very taxing. Yeah, but it was cool, and I learned a whole lot. But I was really burnt out, and my wife was like, "Man, you need a hobby that is totally unrelated to park ranger in," because I'm a huge bird watcher, and I was also at the time I was like an ultra marathon runner on trails and stuff. She's like, "Don't go run on the trails because then you'll see somebody doing something dumb, or you'll see something you got to fix or whatever." So
right,
like go get your out of the closet and music. Started putting some YouTube covers together and stuff like that, and writing some songs again, and I had I think I had exactly 19 YouTube videos up. I got an email where somebody was like, "Hey man, I know what I'm talking about, and I think you should go try out for The Voice. Here's a thing about here's a thing where you can go try out." I was like, "Okay." Nate Dodson,
John was John Wayne was asking if you know Nate Dodson.
Yeah, I do know Nate Dodson. Wow, what a small world. I know
fellow park ranger / musician. How many of those are there? There's probably a lot, actually.
I know. Well, there's a lot. There are a lot of them that play bluegrass and stuff too. Yeah, I know Nate. We call him Nasty Nate. We used to call him Nasty. Anyway. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah. So I thought this would be
oh, no way.
to go and try out for The Voice, but I did. And I did it anyway, and it turned out to be legit. And then the rest, I just kind of I had not played a show in years and years and years. So I was like, man, I've got to go. And at the time, it worked out because this all kind of happened when we just found out we were expecting our son. And
wow.
So I was doing a lot of soul searching and stuff. Like, I don't know if I want to do this forever. Like, I am constantly being called out in the middle of the night to go like 7 hours away, and I can't tell anybody what I'm doing, or like don't know when I'm going to be back, and it's dangerous and stuff like this. So I don't know if I want to have a child and like leave my wife and son on the park where I work all day, every day while I'm just gone, you know. And so while I was on paternity leave, it ended up working out, and got a call from The Voice. Got a call from them saying, hey, you want to come do your blind audition? He'll be 3 in November. He's a little dude still. But yeah, and so when I went and tried out, you get up there and you're getting ready for blind auditions, and that's how I ended up on YouNow, actually, because I was you're getting ready for your blind auditions, and you're sequestered in a hotel in Los Angeles with 120 other musicians from all over the country. And for me, it was so weird.
That's how it works.
I was not,
that's like, so weird.
I was not. Yeah, I wasn't a career musician. I wasn't a career musician at all. So that's how I met Brent and Jeremiah and Michael Lee there. But Brent that's how we all got on YouNow. So Jeremiah and Michael. What's that? Yeah, that's how. Hey, that's how we met, or that's how Jeremiah and Michael and I all ended up on YouNow, because Brent was there getting ready for his blind audition too, and he was like, "Hey man, if you want to come join YouNow and stuff, we'll take care of you." And so that's how we got recruited, basically. But that's how we ended up here. But just to let you know how awkward it was for me, and still is pretty awkward for me, actually. I got off the plane in LAX to be picked up, and I still like, okay, I really hope my kidneys don't get stolen, you know.
Right.
The first time I got off there, and this guy was like, you know, there's like it's like a fake name so that nobody knows like people in the airport don't know why you're there. All the
why is it so secretive? Because they don't want to influence the judges. They don't want to have it. Why does it have to be so secretive like that?
Because the fans are pretty crazy. And I mean, some of them are crazy in a good way, but there's a lot of weird. There's like a leak site where before our season even premiered, there was stuff like about me and where I'm from, like what all I've done and stuff.
Just floating around on the internet, like, oh, did you guys know about Keith Paluso? And
yeah, like this,
like independent
this is
of
new information. These people are going to be on the Voice season 15 or whatever. And so, and they had a voice contestant that was killed by a crazy fan a few years ago. So they're super secretive. All the vans are marked with like a fake business name, everything. And so we got off there, and there's a guy holding the fake business name, and I was like, hey, I'm here for the thing.
What was your fake business?
Oh, I didn't have a fake name. The company has a fake name.
They did.
At that point, I mean,
was like, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
now it's like James Bond.
I didn't get a fake name. That would be super cool though. But I, walked up to the guy. He's like, "Hey, all right, we'll wait over here. We got to get a couple other people." And I walked waiting in the corner, and this lady walks up to me, and I'm assuming that she's there for the same reason, but she has this she's beautiful. She's got these crazy long blonde dreadlocks, like absolutely striking woman. And I was like, wow. I was like, hey. My name's Keith. Are you here for the thing? She's like, yeah, I'm here for the thing. And I was like, cool. Like, well, I'm a park ranger. What do you do for a living? And she was like, she's trying not to be condescending at all, but she was like, I'm a singer. I was like, oh shit, I'm not a singer. I'm just, this is a point. Like, what am I doing here? But yeah, Sandy Red, she's like absolutely phenomenal. You should go check her out. It's unbelievable. But yeah, she was trying to be super cool to me and be like, I'm a singer, man. Like, what are you doing here? You're not a singer? No, I'm a park ranger. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's been like that ever since, basically.
Wow.
But then, yeah, I got to, you get to know those people for, you can't go anywhere except for the hotel. And so you get to know, people like Brent and Jeremiah and Michael Lee, and I hit it off and became instant friends, and still hang out whenever he comes to Memphis or whenever I go to Texas or whatever. And so you make some lifelong friends because there are few people that have been in that situation. And so you have this weird little fraternity. But yeah, it's been wild. And then after that, I actually I did some solo touring after The Voice, and decided that with such a young family and all that, I was like
didn't want to be on the road.
My family's at home. Yeah. Nope. And so I went back to being a park ranger. I got a gig as like a head park ranger for a park system, like a local park system. And took that, and I was there until I got a call from the manager of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and Michael Lee actually hooked me up with that gig.
I knew there was got to be some, like, you don't just get a call from Blood, Sweat, and Tears if you're like the best singer on the planet. So that's awesome.
They had just gotten rid of, they changed singers a couple of times. They had David Clayton, when David Clayton Thomas left, they had Bo Bice from American Idol for about 6 years, and then kind of went through a rotation of a couple of people, and we're trying new things. And they saw some videos that I did, and some of the
did you ever, like, earlier on in your career, you were obviously a fan and you loved the band. Did you ever sense, my voice, like, shit, it kind of falls in that category. Like maybe someday I could sing some songs and make some music that's similar to that. Did you ever have that in your mind? Like maybe someday Blood, Sweat, and Tears kind of thing.
I really liked. I mean, I really grew up. I grew up loving like jam band and weird jazz fusion and stuff. And I've always really liked very soulful singers like Martin.
So what did you listen to a lot when you were a kid? What did you listen to a lot that was influencing you at that time?
We ran the gamut. Like my brother and I, we actually did not listen to hardly any country at all. I like, we joke about it all the time because I look like this and I sound like this, but I, for the most part, despise a lot of country music for myriad reasons. But anyway, we started off playing a lot of rock music and stuff like that, and then went into a lot of jazz and funk and stuff like that, and I really stuck with a lot of blues and funk and like soulful singers. But I've also always had a soft spot for some like classic R&B. I really like the Isley Brothers for sure.
Yeah, I can hear that.
But but a little everything. But I've always liked acoustic artists. So like Martin Sexton is my favorite singer of all time. So I've really just followed everything that he's done.
You're a John Prine fan.
Oh, yeah. He's my hero. John Prine is, for sure. And Bonnie Raitt. Most of my favorite singers.
Say it.
What's that?
He wrote a lot of theater, and he's just one of those people that could sort of like, it doesn't have to be a complicated song. He could sing it, and you read the lyrics, and you're like, whoa, unbelievable.
Right. Yeah.
Just one of the best.
One of those like just 1-4, 5-1 for the most part, But yeah, I love that stuff. Yeah.
So how have you been balancing these different? How have you been balancing this? How have you been balancing these sort of different aspects of? You've got your YouNow community, and I know you do that regularly on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where you come in and you guys kind of all create together, which is phenomenal. And then you perform right after that, and then you've got songs you're writing of your own out. You got a studio you're trying to set up. You're probably on the road at some level with the band. How are you balancing your sort of life right now, musically and creatively?
I mean, I feel like I'm not doing anything. You know what I mean? I feel, because I've always worked at a job, like at least one. You know what I mean? And so,
yep.
Since I was 15, you know, and so now it feels like I am my boss, and so I'm working at all times, but I'm really just my own interests for the most part, and so I feel guilty a lot. You know what I mean? But luckily, I also, with a new family, I play it very, very safe as far as our money and stuff goes, and so when the tours got canceled, we were ready. I would not have left like very stable employment to do this if I was not like prepared for disaster, because my job was disaster. You know what I mean? You got to be ready.
Right. Yeah, that's what seems stressful about it to me, because you're kind of constantly looking for, like, okay, literally trying to put fires out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that to me, that was the fun stuff for me. Like I as far as like when I was a park ranger, like doing that kind of stuff, that's the fun stuff. But now it feels very soft and cushy. You know what I mean? Like you're at home all day and you're writing songs and stuff.
So for those of you for those of you that are on here and that know Keith and listen to him a lot, if you guys have Corey and I